Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I am very excited for this video because I'm going to be doing a first impression on a palette that I have wanted to try for a really long time, and that is the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade palette, which just looks like this. It is super beautiful. I love the packaging. Like, I don't know, it just screams summer, even though I'm in the middle of the winter right now and like freezing my butt off, but I feel warm when I look at this palette. So here's what it looks like. Super pretty, lots of shimmers, a few like staple warm matte shades. I think I'm gonna do a super warm look today because like this shade right here, Mango, just speaks to me. So I wanted to try this, but there was definitely some really mixed reviews about this because I believe when it first launched there was a problem with the shimmers, that they were basically unusable, and I think that they refunded everyone. Or no, maybe they didn't refund them. They said, like, keep your palette, and they sent every single person a new palette with the improved shimmer formula, and even then I still heard mixed reviews. I did swatch this in Sephora in person, and I thought the mattes felt nice. The shimmers felt kind of hard, but sometimes I don't trust swatching things in Sephora when it's obvious like 10 million people have put their hands in those eyeshadows already, because I feel like there's dirt and fingers and grime on different people's fingers, and I think it could definitely mess with the eyeshadow formulation. So sometimes I like swatching things, but if the palette looks very like it's been used and abused, which the palette that I had swatched had looked like that, I don't take the performance too seriously, if that makes any sense. So I haven't swatched this, I haven't used it, I haven't done anything. I've been waiting to use it on camera, and I asked you guys, I did a video on the Berries and Cream palette if you guys wanted to see the lemonade, and I can't believe how many of you guys said yes, because, I mean, it was just obvious that so many people like the colors of the palette too, but are scared to try it. So hopefully this video will help you if that's you. So I did a video on this, I can link down below. It's just a first impression, but I've used it like 14 times now, so I'm gonna do a full review soon, and I have my thoughts, and I'm curious to see the difference between the two palettes, if there is any. So let's just go ahead and start swatching. Alright, so the first shade is called Lemon Soda. That picks up okay. It's a really just like a bright light yellow shimmer. I like that. And the next shade is Pink Lemonade, just like a really light baby pink with a little bit of a gold reflect. And we have the shade Nude Tea, which is just like a light beige. Definitely a color that I wish was not in this palette, and that something more interesting had been in here instead. Next is Peach, which is just a bronzy shimmer. Next is Cucumber, which I really like the way this shade looks. It's just like a really, ooh, that's so pretty, a minty green. These are picking up pretty well for me, at least in the swatching. Next is Mango. Ooh, that matte feels so soft. That is nice. Actually, that looks, it looks pretty, like almost true yellow. There's a little bit of a dirty undertone to it, but looks pretty nice. Next we have Sweet Tea. I don't know what sweet tea she's drinking. This is very orange. Next we have Chai Tea. It's like a pretty basic brown. All the mattes feel pretty soft. And then we have Strawberry. It's a pretty like light purpley pink. And last but not least, we have Blueberry Fizz. This is a really pretty metallic blue shade. So there's what everything looks like swatched. I think that the shades look good. I think the mattes felt really nice. The shimmers, they're not like super intense metallic, like wet looking or anything, but they are all showing up. So I have slightly higher expectations than I did 10 minutes ago. So let's go ahead and throw these on my eyes. So I did already prime my eyes. They do look a little bit pink, and that's just because they are stained, but I'm going to go ahead and start off with the shade Mango. I just barely tapped into the pan. More. Yeah, that looks really pretty. It's an interesting shade of yellow. It's blending easily. I feel like I'm packing just a little bit extra on because, like I said, my eyes are kind of stained and I just want it to be like the truest shade that it can possibly be. But I think that looks really nice. Very pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and take a touch of Sweet Tea. Then I'm going to put that on my outer third of my eye. My outer crease, whatever. And blend it inwards. My outer V. Geez, why can't I remember my words today? Honestly, I'm super inspired to use these colors because my friend Paulina, she did a video on this palette and did a super warm eye. I can't remember the exact placement she did or anything, but I just remember it being the most beautiful look I've ever seen. So I'll leave her channel down below. She's the reason I bought this palette. Alright, so I want the yellow to remain super, super strong. So I'm just going to go back in with some more and just blend over the edge. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and take a touch of chai tea right here. Just going to put that on my outer V. I like the undertone of that. I feel like it's adding depth, but it's not too cool tone because I feel like a lot of browns, when you add them to a super warm look, I don't know, I just don't like the way that it can end up looking, but I think it looks nice. And that would probably go really well with the other, like, more pinky purple shades in the palette as well. Going back in with my previous brush. No additional product, but just making sure everything is nice and blended. I'm going to go ahead and take Mango along the entire lower lash line. And then I'm going to take a touch of Sweet Tea on the outer half, blending it in. And then just the tiniest touch of the darkest shade Chai Tea on the outer third. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my Morphe 167 brush. I feel like this normally picks up shimmers pretty well. And I think I'm going to start off with the shade Peach right here. Just going to try and pick some of that up with my brush. I'm kind of digging into the pan pretty hard. And I did pick up some. Let me tap off the excess. I mean, that looks pretty. Just looks like a regular shimmer. It doesn't look super crazy or anything, but it looks good. I think I'm just going to apply it dry for a minute, and then, you know, once I finish the other eye, I'll go ahead and wet my brush and just see what it does. Yeah, I definitely kind of dug my brush in just a little bit, applied some pressure, but I think that looks good. Oh, I do have some fallout though. So I went ahead and sprayed my brush. I think that looks pretty. I think that looks pretty nice. Now for the part I'm most excited about, I'm going to go into the shade Lemon Soda. Cannot wait to use that one. Actually, I think it would be so pretty to just do a look and do Mango like all over, and then do Lemon Soda on the lid and like in the inner corner, and just do like this beautiful yellow look. Maybe I'll have to do that next. I picked up a little bit of Lemon Soda. I didn't even have to dig or anything. It just picked up really well for me. And I'm going to put that on the inner corner. And then I'm going to bring it onto the lower lash line just a little bit, and then bring it into my lid. I'm just going back in with my previous brush and just kind of tapping over the edges so everything is blended together. I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Lemon from Art & Seton as my liner. Oh no, I need to sharpen it, dang it. Alright, so for mascara today, I'm going to go into the Undone Beauty mascara in the shade Black Gold. It's their Light On mascara. Just looks like this. I was sent this through Octoly, and I tried it like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. I did a video and I posted it. I talked about this and how I thought it didn't really show the gold reflex from when I had used it so far, but I figured I would try it again today, give it another chance. I'm going to apply like 2 or 3 layers because this is supposed to be like, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a gold reflect to the mascara, so it's supposed to like add just a little extra something something. So I'm gonna try this out again and see. I wasn't a huge fan, I mean, I didn't feel like it did that much for my lashes, so if it doesn't show up after like 2 or 3 layers, I think I'm gonna stop using this mascara, or maybe I'll just use it for whenever I'm doing falsies. There is 1 layer. Okay, so there's what 2 layers looks like. I'm debating on doing a 3rd layer because I feel like you still can't see the gold glitter, but I don't want to have like the chunkiest lashes of life. I guess I'll just try it. Just do 1 more quick layer. I'm gonna add a black liner to my tight line to make my lashes look thicker. Alright, so to finish off my face really quickly, I'm going to go ahead and use the Ofra Glazed Donut Highlighter. Now I'm going to set my face with the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray. Alright, and then I'm going to go into the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade Oh Snap. And then I'm going to use the Pixie x Chloe Morello icing, lip icing in the shade Cake. So this is the overall look using the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade palette, and I was definitely pleasantly surprised by the performance. I feel like the mattes are really, really nice and blendable and pigmented. The shimmers I had no problems with. Like I said, for the peach shade, I did dig into the pan just a little bit, but I think that it applied really beautifully. It has a nice little reflect to it, so I like the overall look. I didn't have a bad time, so I'm happy about that. I only used 6 of the 10 shades in the palette, so I used these 2 yellows, this one, and this one today, so obviously I have more things to test out. So I was thinking I'm going to use this probably a few more times, not necessarily on camera, but I will go ahead and maybe do like a bundle review and talk about both of these 2 at the same time and my experience, because I think I like the matte shades more in the Lemonade palette than the Berries and Cream palette, which is interesting. So I will definitely keep playing with this, but so far, like I said, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm glad I didn't have any problems and that I took a chance. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.